Hi, so it's been 100 days since I've been using the Cardo PACKTALK Edge now, and I thought it was time for a small video because I've gained a lot of experiences now. I've been using it on a regular basis now, and on shorter day trips, and even on multiple day trips, or down on the coast of Croatia, down to Dubrovnik. Really recommend that because it is absolutely fantastic. Short disclaimer for this video, I'm running on version 2.6 as of recording this video, so some things might change during the time, and that is not up to me. Let's start with the most important thing, and probably one thing that is being discussed online and with all of the other riders most of the time, is the grouping. So creating a new group with the Cardo PACKTALK Edge is absolutely fantastic. It is working fine, it is smooth, it is fantastic. Creating a group is shorter than smoking a cigarette, and that is the biggest complaint that I've actually heard, that people don't have the time to smoke their cigarette, and it's grouping isn't working, so why isn't it working, start a second cigarette. So this is something that some riders were complaining about, that they don't have the time anymore. But apart from that, there's also a downside, and the downside is connecting to an existing group. Well, what do I mean with that? Well, existing groups that were created with the version 1.0 of the dynamic mesh. So all units that are older than the PACKTALK Edge. So Smart Packs, PACKTALK Bold, PACKTALK Special Edition Black, all of those units have the problem that they are running on version 1.0 in the dynamic mesh. And all of the groups that are created under version 1.0, you are not able to join with your PACKTALK Edge. I mean, I was able to do that one time, and I've talked to the Cardo support from the US and from Germany, and both of them told me that this is actually not supposed to happen. But that actually tells me that it could happen. So this is something where I hope that they might change in the future and with a future update, because this is something which is really, really annoying. Because a lot of people are complaining about that. And let me just tell you something, or let me just quote Cardo here on the question that I sent them. Am I just too stupid to join an existing group, or what's going on? And they told me there is no problem with the grouping system, as it is working as intended. And there are no plans on changing that. And that was a quote from the support. I'm not going to say which support here, because I don't want to bring anyone into bad waters. But like I said, they told me, nope, ain't going to work, and no one is working on that. Rumors online say something else, but like I said, these are rumors, and I contacted Cardo directly, and they told me, sorry, we're not going to work on that because it is actually working. And to be fair, I mean, creating a new group with the PACKTALK Edge is so convenient, it's so fast, that I do understand their politics in that. Let's come to the next part, which is battery life. Battery life was advertised at 13 hours at only talk time. So I've reduced everything down to see how long we can actually, or how much we can squeeze out of the talk time. And we were running for 2 weeks down on the Croatia coast, down to Dubrovnik and back up. And the most time that we got out of it was around 10 hours, which was a bit frustrating, because the smart pack of my wife that she had to use during that trip, she was actually lasting a lot longer with her smart pack than I was lasting with my PACKTALK Edge. And even though I had everything switched off, Bluetooth was switched off on my phone, so nothing was connected there, no GPS was connected, so it was basically just talking. And I was only able to get 10 hours out of it. I mean, she wasn't that much further away, because her car unit was also indicating that battery is low, but she was still online and I wasn't. But that was a bit frustrating, but let's be fair here in that case. I mean, you are able to charge the Edge a lot faster, so within 20 minutes you're basically all up and running again for the next 2 hours, rather than with the smart pack where you just have to plug it in and keep the power bank running. I mean, I've done that a lot of times, and I've done that with the Edge as well. So basically what I've done, I've plugged in a cable into the Edge and plugged it in directly into my bike itself, where I have a USB outlet. And that was working as well, so I was charging it while I was using it. but 10 hours was the maximum that I got out of one charge of the full battery. Yes, some might argue it was because of the hot weather, but like I said, this is real life conditions. We were running down on the Croatian coast. We had around 37 degrees approximately, and we were running for 10 hours or so before the battery ran out. And nothing else connected, so that is it. So let me jump to the next one, which is the voice commands. And that is something which I'm really surprised about, that I never thought that I would use that much, because the voice commands are working, they are crisp, they're intuitive, they're just working, and I caught myself actually learning all of the voice commands so that I don't have to take my gloves off the handlebar anymore. And it's fantastic because it was working. I'm just saying, Cardo, play music, and it plays music. Cardo, next track. Cardo, previous track. Cardo, it works. And it's just, that is something which is not, which makes me happy. Because now with the old units, I tried it and it was frustrating. It didn't work. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm too stupid. And other people told me, no, it's not just you. It just doesn't work, especially at higher speeds. It doesn't recognize you anymore. And this is something, even at higher speeds, we were running around 120 kilometers per hour. It was still picking up everything crystal and clear. And I was just able to say, okay, yeah, next track, previous track, and stuff like that. So that is actually working as well. Which brings me directly to the next point, which is the Cardo app itself. So I hope Cardo fixes some issues on the app that there are right now, because as of recording this video, I am using version 2.6 as mentioned in the beginning, and I'm using an iPhone 12 Pro. Cardo told me that there are some issues in communicating with the version 2.60 and the iPhone 12. So for example, when I open sometimes the app, it says no device connected. And I was like, okay, hey Cardo, play music, and it starts to play the music directly from my phone. But the app doesn't recognize that I'm actually connected. Solving that usually helps when it's just like killing the app, starting it back up, and that usually works. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go throughout the Bluetooth device. So I'm just going to the settings of my phone, throw out the Edge, and pair it back in. So that usually works out as well. Another thing which is really clunky and is really annoying is setting up all of the mixing. Cardo Germany told me that the translation in the app itself isn't that good. So that means it is a little bit clunky to set up. And it took me quite a while. And my wife got annoyed because I was just sitting there like, hey, talk to me, because I need to start fixing all of these levels. And I need to get that done. And she's like, yeah, but it is annoying. Yes, I know. But I hope they fix that in the future as well, because it is so clunky that sometimes the reaction time of the app itself and everything, it took so long that I thought, okay, good. So it took me around 3 hours to set up everything correctly the way I wanted, even at high speeds. But maybe this could be something that they would change in the future. All right, let's come to my verdict. After 100 days of using the Cardo basically on a regular basis, I don't regret buying it, but I can't say 100% that you should get one. So why am I saying this? So should you really get the new PACKTALK Edge? If you have the money and you don't come into the situation of needing to joining an existing group that often, go for it. Absolutely. On the other hand, if you are joining regularly on a regular basis other different groups, then maybe wait a little bit longer until everyone else has upgraded and then upgrade. Because the thing is still, a lot of groups where you basically jump into don't have the Edge yet, or don't have new groups with the Edge in them yet. So that means maybe waiting a little bit longer isn't that bad of a deal. I mean, and it's a little bit cheaper. The only thing, if you're riding alone, on the other hand, for most of the time, then I would recommend upgrading. Because The voice commands are absolutely fantastic and they're working. And especially when riding off-road, you don't have the time to take the hands off the handlebar. So go for it. It's just some couple of things. And there's one more thing, and this is addressing Cardo systems directly now. Please, for heaven's sake, give us more units like the KTM version, not like the Honda version that you did, because that is just a rip-off. I mean, the KTM version is bright orange and it really brings out the color. The Honda version is just like, yeah, it's Honda written in red on it. So I hope that the Suzuki version that will come out now will be in bright blue of the Suzuki. I really hope that, because otherwise it would just be another, money grab from my point of view. But I hope they change that as well, and for the other units as well that will come out. Or maybe we will be able to, customize our units itself. Yeah. I was anyway thinking about painting my one in a different color. But that is something that they will have to think about. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, give a thumbs up, like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video and it actually gave you some more information and decision material on if you should buy a unit, yes or no. In that case, thank you and have a nice ride.